grow every morning. What next for humanity? Where do we go from here? Do we even have a future? We hear lots of people talking about returning to normality. Going back to where we were pre-March 2020. Well, that is not an option. That is not a remote possibility. There is no way back to pre-March 2020. And why not? Because that place no longer exists. That place is no longer there. Everything has changed. As William Butler Yeats in his famous poem 1916 wrote, "All's changed, changed utterly. A terrible beauty is born." We have changed. Our lives have changed utterly. Our work patterns have changed. Our shopping habits have changed. The way in which we spend our leisure time and sport, that has all changed. Our travel has certainly changed. Our education of our young people has changed, the way in which we do that. Funerals, weddings, all changed. So if there is no way back, then the only way we can go is forwards. And in going forwards, we must look to our young people, not to our present world leaders and politicians. They are the ones who have got us into most of this mess in the first place. So if we are asking our young people to salvage from the mess, a mess not of their making, then the least we can do for them is to provide them with the proper tools, the tools which will enable them to carry out the mammoth task which we're laying on their shoulders. What tools are we talking about? We're talking about the spiritual laws of the universe. We must provide them with knowledge of the spiritual laws of the universe. Because the problem of the universe is a spiritual problem. We were not taught about the spiritual laws. We have only found them recently, after thousands of years. It is in the spiritual laws of the universe that humanity will get freedom. So we have got to provide our young people with knowledge of these spiritual laws. We have got to help them to understand who we are, why we are here. Understanding the great universal God energy. What you send out is what you get back. Energy, vibration, frequency. We have got to help them to understand all of these spiritual laws. And to show them that we are all one in the oneness of all that is. Secondly, we've got to take them out of full-time classroom education. And why do I say that? Because in full-time classroom situation, what are they getting? They're getting brainwashing and dumbing down of the creative side of their brain. They're being made to fit solidly into a system which will dictate and control their lives, as it has done for us all for thousands and thousands of years. We have got to end that for our young people. They will not learn about life in the classroom. We've got to get them out of the classroom to show them life. For example, we've got to help them to understand where most of the clothes that they're wearing, where they come from. Sweated industries, exploitation of poorer people in poorer countries, where most of the food they eat comes from, how animals are treated to contribute to the food chain. They've got to understand the pollution in our waters, in our soil, and the toxic fumes put out there by the big industrial complexes. They've got to see that we are as a consumer society. And because of this consumerism we have developed, we are depleting Mother Earth's resources. And we've got to show them that ecology must always come before economy. We've got to help them to understand that man is the custodian of planet Earth and not the destroyer, as we've turned out to be. We've got to show them the connectedness of all life. And we've got to show them and help them to understand that politics and political systems, as we know them to be in our world right now, have to change. They cannot go on going the way they are going now, because they are based on lies, deceit, manipulations, political propaganda, political spin, political game playing, political acrobatics. And unless we show our children that these are wrong, that they cannot work, then our children will go out into the world believing that this is the way things are done, and they will continue in that way. And that's what has us stuck in the vortex, spinning around. We have got to change all that. And our young people must understand that politics, as we know it at present, can no longer be tolerated. There is no doubt we are on a cliff edge. We can't go back. There is no way back. We have got to take a massive leap forward. And by giving our young people the spiritual laws of the universe, we equip our young people to be at the forefront of this huge leap we are taking for humanity. The education of our young people is our hope for our future. Time is running out, but it is not too late. Namaste.